Hello and welcome to another match at the Watchers Brawl 5. My name is Sci-Fight and I'm here with my co-caster Noonie tonight. Noonie, how are you?
I'm good, same as always. How about you?
It's good. I'm good.
Ooh.
It's
That's good,
a
that's
great
good.
night. Can't wait to be casting. We're going to be casting SkyeBurn eSports versus MetaMorphic tonight. It's the losers bracket round 4. You guys can see by the amazing bracket that Refuse keeps putting out, keeps updating. This is a match that I think might go one way in particular, and we actually casted yesterday. We casted SkyeBurn eSports, and they were very, very dominant against their opponent yesterday, 3-0ing. They didn't show any signs of failure. They only lost a couple of team fights throughout, and we ended up speaking to. Do they have the same roster? Or did we end up
Yeah.
interviewing someone from their backup yesterday?
I think we interviewed Bowie, but I'm not too sure on it. But yeah, definitely SkyeBurn was very dominant during their match yesterday. They did have a couple of fights where they seemed discoordinated. They didn't really have that communication. Yeah, there was a lot of goats count coming from them as well. Bowie on the tank and Organic on the Brigida, and Russian cows on either Mora or Zenyatta. But definitely, they had a lot of strength in them. They played the goats comp pretty well, and even though, there was moments where you could have not played a goats comp, they stuck to it, they made it work, and they got to the winning end of it.
Yeah, and we actually haven't seen too much of MetaMorphic. We know that if they have gotten to this losers bracket round 4, it means that they had to have defeated at least a couple of teams, either through the winners bracket or through the losers bracket. And now that I'm looking through things, they 3-0'd Magna Ventus, which is one of the co-teams with Magna Ignis. We're going to be getting into the map very shortly. It's going to be Lijiang Tower on the control map for our first map. And yeah, they seem pretty dominant too. And they only ended up losing to Baranao, who were a team that participated in the Open Division playoffs, didn't manage to make trials, but came pretty close, and they're a very dominant team themselves. So, them losing 3-0 doesn't mean too much in the grand scheme of things. But blue team is going to be SkyeBurn eSports, and red team is going to be MetaMorphic. Noonie, how do you like Lijiang here?
You know what? Not my favorite map. Definitely pretty good for control, however. I think the Goats comp with Reinhardt definitely dominates on this point of the map. But it's not my favorite comp to run here. I usually just like, I kind of like, dive comp here. Dive Goats, floats with the Winston and that. Because I feel like that can just better take the point if you lose it rather than just Ryan Goats comp. But about MetaMorphic, yeah, they're about the same SR rank than SkyeBurn. So it should be a pretty even match. Hopefully it's not a steamroll like we saw last time. So I kind of want to see just a pretty long game coming from them.
And when you talk about SR, there's not really too much differences between any of the particular teams in this tournament. This is actually a tournament that the teams have wagered cash over, so there is a pretty big prize pool at the end of the tournament, and only the serious teams are really going. And we've already encountered a fight on the point. Here we go.
Here we go. We have both the Rhines swinging back and forth. Bowie gets hit, however, gets pinned, but it looks like MetaMorphic is being pushed off to the edge. They go for the pin from Bowie, take JD off the point, and now you're just all alone without your Reinhardt. But they also lost a dive tank. They lost their Diva. So now it's kind of just a Reinhardt who's going to try to back up here a bit. Ooh, there goes Marky Mark and Sayonara back from Organic and Russian Cows. And this is what we were seeing before from SkyeBurn. They're very dominant playstyle that's very aggressive, and they know what they want to do here. They wanted to boop off. They lost the member, however. Bowie went for the pin, took down their Diva, but he comes back with almost full ult charge. He actually has the hammer down to shatter from that one fight, which is absolutely huge coming from Marky Mark, who only has 51%.
Yeah, and Ford trying to do some booping on this high ground. Rally coming in from both teams. Here we go.
Hammer down comes in from Bowie. Ooh, they take down Marky Mark from here. They go for the pin. Bowie gets taken down in the corner.
Oh, no.
That's rough to see. Here comes the Graviton, however, but here comes the Transcendence coming in from Potion. And it looks like they're going to be able to stall for a bit longer on the point. Losing a lot of members, however, coming from MetaMorphic side. Sayonara goes down. They go for the beat drop. Noctis trying to hold it. It's a pretty good drop, but you lost a lot of members here on MetaMorphic. You have to remember, now you have to come back and try to charge in with the rest of your teammates.
Nice.
Here comes the beat drop. The Transcendence coming in from both teams. You know what? That's pretty clean for them. They used both of their support ults here, but they did get a lot of picks. They took down almost 3 members of MetaMorphic, and now they're just going to have to regroup on that.
Yeah, I think the Transcendence was a bit too much. I think it was like one of those, like, I got a headshot, my ult came up, I'm going to use it. And you have to be careful when using it, because Sayonara on this MetaMorphic team does have the Graviton Surge coming up, so maybe able to be punished out for it. Bowie getting very aggressive here, and here's the bomb.
The bomb, the shatter gets Sayonara. Ford's up there right now. He has JD's ult, doesn't find a lot of value, goes for the pin from Bowie, but the Ryan down's already down from Russian Cows, and you see now MetaMorphic and SkyeBurn are both like pushed into his left side room, and what they really have to do is find their value, but here's what's happening. Just MetaMorphic seems to be getting bullied in every attack they're doing right now. They're not being as aggressive as SkyeBurn is, and that's what's costing them these team fights.
Yeah, can they even touch this?
Ooh, the Graviton goes up top, holds them there for a bit. They have 99, and they're not going to be able to touch that from that from the Graviton.
Yeah, that was... Wow, that was dominant. And it started off with that crazy pin, right? And maybe that was just like the Chad maneuver that you need to do to start this round off. Bowie, that was so risky, because when you lose your Reinhardt there, the enemy Zarya basically can laser down your team without any defense. You know, you have the Brigitte shield, but why are you going to focus the Brigitte when there's a perfectly good diva there that's ready to give you their ult charge, right? And it was like, I think it was like a power move, and both teams going to be running the same composition coming to this next point. Bowie just going off with that charge.
That was actually a very good charge.
It was. That was a really cool spawn charge. He's already there in the middle. He might get caught out a little bit. Momentum and Russian Cows being taken down very low.
Ooh, almost everyone on MetaMorphic is losing a lot of health here. The hammer down already comes down from Bowie, but he goes down almost instantly right after. JD getting 2 of them already off the point. MetaMorphic is looking very strong here, but Random does take down Mark. Russian Cows takes down Noctis. Oh, this is looking... As I said,
don't call it a comeback
in that fight. It looks like a comeback coming in from SkyeBurn. Almost their support just cleaning up that entire fight. The heavy damage coming in from Harry.
Yeah, it was Harry, but it was mostly Russian Cows, and it seems like every single kill that he gets is a headshot. He's up 20% on the ult economy for his Transcendence, and he's just been fragging out. Yeah, that's been the biggest difference. So coming into this fight, you know, Bowie actually used the Earth Shatter. We'll see what Marking Mark could do, but Potion, wow, almost getting taken out at the start right there.
Yeah, we have the Transcendence from Russian Cow already, so they don't even have it onto Potion side. The hammer down does come in, but it has Russian Cows down as well, but it's fine. They don't really push up to that with MetaMorphic's side. That comes the beat drop. It looks like Russian Cow is holding his Transcendence for a bit. Here comes the Graviton, doesn't really need it yet, then pops it as soon as the beat drop goes away. And now he's kind of holding off there. Zarya grab, both Diva Bomb coming in from MetaMorphic, doesn't find a lot of value. And another Shatter comes in from Bowie, going in with all that damage. And SkyeBurn, once again, proving that they are being aggressive here, dominant into this left side room.
Yeah, they're just throwing ults at it, and currently I'm being chased by the police. Please help me.
I think that's the Goats Comp police, because wow, this is very dominant coming from SkyeBurn. I think they just really need him to swap off here, but
it's the new Brigitte skin.
And it's the Brigitte jail coming in for Organic. He's been playing a very good Brigitte throughout these 2 matches we saw from him.
Yeah.
He knows when to rally, when to be aggressive with his Reinhardt.
It's the rally.
Here comes
Marky Mark. Oh my god.
Ooh, Marky Mark gets taken out in the corner a bit. Organic once again proving that he's very good at that. Brigitte going in for Sayonara. Harry Hoppa, who's almost full charge here. He's just glowing like a street light. Almost a 91 to the Graviton as well. So you have a lot of good ults coming in from SkyeBurn, and
90%.
MetaMorphic,
they gotta touch
really
this. Someone has to
here.
touch this.
They do have the rally. They might use that to push to the left side, but you still have Diva Bomb, Transcendence, and Hammer Down, plus Graviton coming in.
Oh no!
Ooh, that was a really good block there, but it kind of gets a lot of value for that Graviton right there, and the Diva Bomb both going in at the same time. Finds one on a JD, however. Ford just using their bombs for 1 picks. Harry's still full charge. Bowie going in for the extra damage. Rushing Cows finishing off Noctis. And that round, and Matt, it's going to go to SkyeBurn.
Yeah, that was dominant. That was one of those matches that not even a single fight won from MetaMorphic. And SkyeBurn looking like the favorites coming to this team. Let's see what Bowie pulled off in this play of the game here. Did you just swing? He just swung, didn't he?
Definitely.
Okay, swings gets 20%.
Look at that.
Oh, he gets a couple of resets. But he went from 40% to 100% on his ult charge, and that is incredibly aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what we've been seeing from SkyeBurn. They are very, very aggressive, very dominant in that kind of push. And you could see that Marky Mark was trying to fight Bowie on there, but his team wasn't really backing him up, so he couldn't be as aggressive as, you know, Bowie was being with his team. Because his Brigitte Organics with Bowie are both going in for the push and the stun. And like I said, you just really need to be aggressive in that kind of situation. The other team's just going to bully you straight to the ground.
You really do. And SkyeBurn really taking the initiative with every single fight, making sure that they leave an impression on MetaMorphic, and they always start the first fight. You know, they always throw that fizz first. They never back down, and I really like watching them as a team. MetaMorphic, they seem to be maybe playing a little too defensive. What they can do is make sure that they protect their main tank, because I think that Marky Mark, while he hasn't been getting the ult charge that Bowie gets because Bowie's just insanely aggressive, if they can actually peel for Marky Mark and, you know, provide the correct bubbles, they might be able to heed the tide of SkyeBurn's aggression. You know, maybe these bubbles aren't on point. Maybe the Lucio amps aren't on point and they need to speed out instead of speeding in defensively to counter engage. There's a lot of different factors that I think MetaMorphic can go back on the last map and take from their gameplay. And I'm interested to see what they'll be doing in this next map. It'll be Hollywood. We actually had a couple of bans and hero saves as well. Harry Happa from SkyeBurn is going to be saving the Lucio, and off of the side of MetaMorphic, Mercy will be banned. That's going to be preventing the Pharah Mercy combo with the aerial assault DPS support combo coming out from them, and it's also going to be preventing a little bit of the bunker comp that we have been seeing very prevalent on this map, in particular point A.
Definitely. We've seen a lot of bunker comp run on the high ground. Not a lot ran on the point, but definitely taking the Mercy out of that really leaves you kind of defenseless. You don't really have that damage boost that you really need from her, or her massive amount of healing. You can substitute her for a Baptiste, but what we've seen before is people usually substitute Baptiste for Ana instead of the Mercy. So you run Mercy, Baptiste, and Brigitte if you wanted to for that bunker comp, but losing Mercy definitely loses you a lot of that damage boost, a lot of that healing, and you really need to make something up for it. You might have to run an Ana Baptiste that might have enough healing for it, but nothing can really substitute.
Doesn't have a ton of peel.
Yeah. Doesn't have a ton of peel like Mercy does with flying around, but you just have to substitute that healing for that bunker combo. Once it goes down, it really does go down, and you can't do much about it.
You want to talk about MVP voting?
Oh yeah, MVP voting. Let's talk about that real quick. So we've only been into one game of this, but you can vote for your Twitch MVP in the bottom left corner in the little Twitch picks thing. If you want to vote for your MVP, let it be Momentum, Bowie, Organic, or whoever. Maybe people on MetaMorphic, Marky Mark, Gatos, or JD. You can go ahead and do it on the bottom left corner, and you know, just at the end of the match, I usually wait for the end of the match to see who's my MVP. But if you feel like you know who you want to choose for MVP right now, go ahead and click it. And for a couple extra bits, you can vote again. So it's kind of a little rigged, but shh, don't tell anyone about
it. But yeah, you can support the stream also by paying Vix as well, and you get extra votes. And yeah, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely
also consider subscribing.
Twitch Primes, everything, that's what we love. But here we go again. We have more MetaMorphic going to the bottom right room, and it seems like SkyeBurn's going to hold the top yeah, the high ground, going on a 3-3 goats comp for both sides.
They're gonna jump on him.
Looks like they're gonna drop down to him into the room and try to bully him out of there. There goes to the pin coming from Bowie. Doesn't find a lot of value. Doesn't find a lot of people to pin there, but he does.
They're like, all right, we gotta go back on the high ground.
They're like, all right, let's go around. Let's go take their.
They're gonna go back on the high ground.
They're gonna take their high ground instead. Gonna fight them up there. They're in the small room. This is a lot of damage for the Reinhardts, for the Zarias. Bowie goes to the pin, gets flying off the high ground. So now you don't have your Reinhardt swinging around, and now Momentum can just take this point up here.
Oh no, both divas
trying to boop him off a bit, but now you just have MetaMorphic, who's holding the high ground away from SkyeBurn, kind of a 360 no you Uno card kind of reverse thing. Now they're onto the ground. They drop down to fight him. They have the bubbles coming in from Harry. Marky Mark, here comes the rally coming in for MetaMorphic. They go for it. Bowie goes down. So this can be huge for MetaMorphic right here. They can do a lot here. They don't have their and they don't have their Brigida. Gatos showing what he can do against Organic's Brigida, taking down Harry as well, doing a lot of damage, swinging around, and it looks like MetaMorphic can take that pretty strongly there.
Wow, that was pretty dominant from them, and they really saw the flaws in SkyeBurn eSports' comp, and what they did was they used Sayonara on the Zarya and just decided, hey, we're gonna enable you. We're gonna take this high ground so that you don't have to do it as much. The Zarya was never contested on the high ground, and Sayonara ended up farming his ult. Although SkyeBurn being super aggressive here in the rally.
Very aggressive. Push him in the spot. Huge hammer down coming from Bowie. Can they capitalize on that? You still have the Transcendence coming in from Russian Cows, just enabling this more aggressive playstyle, but they do lose Bowie. So now you really don't have him for your damage. You have to push back. That was a bit different coming in from SkyeBurn, who's, yes, likes to be aggressive, but didn't find absolutely any value from that. In fact, they're going to get hammered down by Marky Mark. And the rest of MetaMorphic are just going to try to push into him, losing Harry, losing momentum. In my eyes, that was a bit of a mistake coming in from SkyeBurn. That was a bit of a failure.
Yeah, they seem to be over aggressive, and the over aggression is being punished by MetaMorphic here. This is an entirely different team that we're looking at here. Sayonara, you see consistently on the higher ground, going to be able to beam people down and maintain their ult charge and energy charge a lot better. He's not really being contested too, so this is perfect. Coming from MetaMorphic, you seem like there's a bit of a stall here. What they're doing is they're waiting on ultimates, and they're also going to be backing up here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see Noctis goes down. They have the Diva Bomb coming in. They have the Transcendence popped off. JD does find one on the Ford, but Ford finds a bigger one, getting Marky Mark and Gatos. Russian Cows cleaning up a bit, getting both the supports. Bowie finishing off Sayonara. That is huge coming in from Ford. After losing that to JD, getting one hit down from their Diva Bomb, Ford was like, hey, I'm going to one-up you a bit. I'm going to get two with it. And he cleans up both of them. And that's perfect. That enables SkyeBurn to get that push right there.
Yeah, that was a great boot from Momentum onto MetaMorphic there to get 2 kills off of Ford's Diva Bomb, and it seems like the Lucio and the Diva have been stepping up when Bowie isn't exactly doing
Bowie
as much.
Gets blocked off. Organic and both Gatos both pop off their rally, so now you have that down. Organic does go down, however. Hammer down comes in from Marky Mark, gets kind of blocked off, kind of gets a big one as well, gets 3 down. They get into the Graviton, they have no support, they have the Transcendence coming in from Russian Cows. Another hammer down coming down from Marky Mark, who just built another one in that time. Bowie, meanwhile, struggling to get his first one out of the gate. Really needs to get this out here, he really needs that shatter. There's no shield now, but he goes down by potion. And it seems like they're just bullying Bowie at this point, who was a very aggressive Ryan last round, who's now just kind of bowing down the bow to Marky Mark and just losing his ult charge.
Yeah, Potion is popping off here, and we didn't see too much from them in the past map. It was just so dominant in SkyeBurn's favor, but now he's really popping off with the frags. Already has the Transcendence again, even though he used it in the previous fight, and Harry Habba has the Graviton. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Keep an eye out on Bowie's shatter. He's always been consistent with those, but he goes down.
He goes down right before it. V-drop does come in from Momentum. A bit late for him, however. Doesn't get Bowie up. Here comes Russian Cows with the Transcendence. The Graviton comes in. Transcendence from both teams. You have the Diva Bomb. That might be huge there. It does take JD down a little bit out of mech, but it doesn't find any value of actual kills. But it does get him out of mech. Bowie comes in with the hammer down from behind. Gets 4 of them straight onto the ground. Absolutely huge coming in from Bowie. Went down last fight, but came back with a big shatter this fight. And now they're just, MetaMorphic are just kind of pushed into the left side room here. They can't really get out. They have to pull back, and they're going to go down by Harry, who has this massive amount of ult charge from the previous fight.
Yeah, they see the whole thing about MetaMorphic was they just relied way too much on, you know, not having the Reinhardt there. And when Bowie came back, he was able to get a really nice Earth charge from the door. Was able to get right out of spawn. You need to be really careful, but most importantly, you need to dominate this last team fight because the defending team has such short spawns coming in. Keep an eye on Sayonara's grab. I'm sure they're going to be using it in a second here. Rally coming in.
Rally coming from Gatos. Here we go. There's there we
go. Nice.
Graviton doing some damage there. Ooh, poke. That is what we wanted to see from MetaMorphic. They went in with that Graviton, used it as an enabler for all that damage, and cleaned up SkyeBurn so they can push this point. With only 17 seconds on the clock, they almost completely would have been in overtime, but they just cleaned it up right.
Oh my god, they might actually get short spawned here. They do get short spawned. Are they going to get any casualties? They take down Russian cows.
Bowie trying to run off to the left side, but it seems like his team might be able to heal for him. No, they can't. Bowie goes down. And now we're seeing kind of a reverse thing here. We're seeing that here comes, you know, MetaMorphic being a lot more aggressive, kind of how like SkyeBurn was being on the previous match in Li Jiang.
Yep. That's exactly how you take that too. You leave your Zen or your Brig on the point, you speed into the enemy spawn when you recognize that they have bad spawns, and that's exactly what they did. They got a bunch of ult charge out of it. You know, Marky Mark's up to 70% here, but most importantly, it's Noctis there on the Lucio that has the beat drop ready.
Yeah, there comes the beat drop, a bit preempted. Bowie goes in the backline for a shatter. Doesn't find a lot of value, but here it comes from Marky Mark, who found his two right there. Now you have the Transcendence coming in from Russian cows. That's very good for them. Here comes the Graviton, however, the bomb and your Transcendence goes down as soon as that grab comes in. JD with a 3-man getting that huge bomb on him. And it looks like they're going to clean up once again coming from MetaMorphic.
Yeah. 30 seconds left, though. They need to win the next fight, or this map might potentially be over, and they don't have too much in the can for it. They do have Marky Mark's Earth Shatter. I'm unsure whether or not they're going to be able to win this because Harry Happa has the grab. They need to play this kind of slowly.
It seems like they're waiting. Here comes the big shatter coming in from Marky Mark. Does get 4 of them down. But now you need that Graviton coming from Harry. You need to wait for that Diva to block it. You have to wait for it. But he goes down before you can even get it off. You really need it in this last team fight. Only 5 seconds on the clock, running on to overtime. You have lost your Graviton, but there's Russian Cow saving it for a bit longer with the Transcendence. You really need this Graviton coming out right now. But it looks like they're not going to be able to even hold. Harry trying their best, but they swapped off the Tracer before they can even get their Graviton off. And it looks like just on overtime.
That'll be 3 points in overtime. Solid from them. They managed to win the fights that they absolutely needed to. The last fight was a little sloppy, but they did manage to kill the Zarya, which was the biggest point in that last engagement. When they killed the Zarya, they had almost assuredly got that fight. We actually have 5 gifted subs coming in from Callisti. Thank you for supporting. Wow, one of the head admins. He's yeah, super cool from him. That's awesome.
That's actually huge, you know. We don't like to, you know, brag about it a lot or just beg for them, but Twitch Prime subs, normal subs, all that good stuff go into, you know, the watchers just directly and helps us better out this program and help us better out the competition and things like that.
I can feed my cat now.
Yeah, we can feed our cats now. We can get like, I don't know, $2 meal from McDonald's, but they really do go a long way. I know it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it really, really does go a long way to help better the watchers OW. So we thank you for.
Please help feed my cat.
We thank you for any Prime subs or normal subs or any bits at all. Anything that helps us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a little.
That actually reminds me. Hold on, I got something for you right here.
What do you guys? Is it an emote?
I got something.
Oh, you don't use that for me?
Yeah.
You don't even use it for me. You use it for them? Well, okay. Okay, I'm a little hurt, but that's fine. Not as hurt, however, as SkyeBurn must be feeling. Seeing that they were bullying MetaMorphic a few minutes ago, that has to hurt. Just seeing how you're getting dominated now. You're absolutely losing your aggression. You're kind of becoming, you know, the person being bullied by the schoolyard bullies onto Hollywood. But maybe they can pick it up this round. Maybe they can be aggressive. They are on the high ground for MetaMorphic, so this could be huge for them. SkyeBurn on the low ground, trying to go around. They might be able to bring that fight right to point, and that's exactly what they're doing right in the middle. They're going for punches, they're going for swings, And Gatos gets away from his team all by himself. He goes down. They do take down the Brigitte, giving them some time to get some ticks.
Don't give him a tick.
Give him a tick. Mark very low. Doesn't have his Brigitte to back him up for that extra damage. Goes in for the charge. Doesn't find any value. There goes Bowie looking for his charge, but he did take it down almost immediately. Now keep your eye on a Sayonara right there. Who's the one that's
losable?
It's looking very losable. But keep your eye on Sayonara, the one that looks like a lighthouse right now, who's lit up with charge and energy, because they've been taking a lot of damage after losing their Brigitte.
Yeah, look at the difference in ult charge between the Zaryas. Sayonara off the side of MetaMorphic, 80%. Harry Happa, 30%. Wow. Just, this is a crazy difference. And you're talking about difference in Zaryas. Zarya difference definitely coming into play here. Sayonara doing a lot of work. Getting low, though, being taken down to half health.
Ooh, it seems like the bottom left is where that fight's going on. It looks like they're just giving them ticks here. Maybe they're trying to get their momentum in there. Marky does find the pick onto Organic. The rally does continue, but gets taken down almost directly. Marky Mark with the shatter finds a huge value in it. And like we were saying before, the Zarya battle is in Sayonara's favor. He has that huge charge. He has the Graviton already. Meanwhile, Harry Happa only has 61% and no charge coming in from his laser beam. So what you gotta do now is go in there aggressively, get some charge from both your Reinhardt and yourself if you're being Harry right now, and just, try to build up that ult charge before Sayonara gets theirs off.
Yeah, that was really good from Sayonara coming in, and they're really focusing Harry Happa down now. The SkyeBurn Zarya really lasering him down, not really going for Bowie as much anymore. Both beat drops.
JD popping the bomb, hammer down, doesn't find a lot of value. Huge hammer down coming in from Bowie, however, but not his team there to capitalize. And we did see the momentum beat drop, and the Russian Cows still has Transcendence, so now we're just waiting for that. And here comes the Graviton, here comes the Transcendence, and here comes the Diva Bomb. Can it find something? Yes, it does. Ford finds a 3-man on the Noctis, JD and Sayonara. Bowie clean it up on Gatos, and it's looking like MetaMorphic's going to lose this point right here.
Yep. That was really solid coming from SkyeBurn. They recognized that they could use the grab bomb combo, having taken Marky Mark out of the team fight completely. This is giving me a bit of Li Zhang flashbacks because, Marky Mark being the first one to die in those team fights is really looking terrible for MetaMorphic. However, 3 minutes on the clock, they could stall this out. It was it was pretty good of them to stall that much at least, but yeah, we'll see what they can do. Rally coming in from Gatos.
Ooh, here goes down the hammer down. Gets blocked off a bit by Marky Mark. Bowie going in, very aggressive. This is what we were seeing from him, exactly like you said, from Li Zhang. Finds a huge shatter onto 3 of them. Gatos, Potion might be able to get away from this, but nope, he's going to go straight down as well. And like you were saying before, this is kind of like a Li Zhang kind of flashback here. You're just seeing SkyeBurn being that aggressive playstyle that we were seeing so long ago. And now, MetaMorphic is just going back to the really defensive comp, losing Marky Mark at the beginning of those fights and not having that, dominant power to go in there.
Yeah, and Sayonara is now on the lower end of the energy and ult skill. Harry Happa, with the high ground advantage from the Zarya, able to do things. But
Marky Mark does take down Bowie. Here comes the huge hammer down, getting at least 3 down with Marky Mark. Just as we were saying about Marky Mark not finding a lot of value or being dominant, he goes in there, takes down Bowie immediately, and finds a huge hammer down.
I love these staggers coming in from MetaMorphic. They're recognizing that Ford on the Diva can be staggered out with the baby form. They're gonna kill. Yep, they're gonna kill them right off there, and that's perfect play.
Yeah, that's a really good stagger for MetaMorphic. What are they doing here, however, is it looks like they have a lot of ults coming in from both sides.
God, Russian Cows.
Yeah, Russian Cows looking for the picks, going a little low here, but you have JD with their bomb, you have Ford with their bomb, you have Potion, Noctis, and Momentum. You see Momentum has his beat drop, so does Noctis, however, but Potion does have that Transcendence, can win him the fight, but now Russian Cows does. So this is looking like a very even ult.
5 ults coming in from MetaMorphic, though.
Here comes 5
the beat drop from both teams.
The rally, the Diva Bomb from behind. Doesn't find much value. Here comes the hammer down, the Graviton, and the bomb all at once. I hope they can survive this. Yes, they can. With that Transcendence coming in from Potion, coming in clutch with the beat drop. So now we're just looking down for that. Ooh, Marky Mark does go down a bit. Here comes the Transcendence coming from Russian Cows and the rally. The Graviton's the only thing they have here. And now it's just straight on who can bring out the most damage. And it sounds like Harry finds one. Momentum also finds one on the Sayonara. This is huge for them. This is huge for SkyeBurn. They, after all the ults were expended, they found the damage in themselves. Raw power from them.
Yep. Marky Mark just gonna swing for a little bit, get his ult charge up, and that's gonna be point B for SkyeBurn eSports. They got 2 minutes on the clock here. This is looking like fairly equal place. However, they staggered JD out from the spawn. They also got Gatos there, and we were talking about short spawn. When you get short spawn in that area, they can speed up on you and take advantage, and that's certainly what they did. Coming to this next fight, we're seeing both Shatters, both rallies, and most importantly, Harry Happa has the Graviton. If they go on this Graviton very shortly, Potion doesn't have the Transcendent, so they can take this fight cleanly from SkyeBurn. They need to use it now. They do.
Here comes
they
the
get it
Graviton
around the
onto the corner. They have the bomb as well. Ooh, that pin coming in from Bowie, however. It takes Marky Mark out of that equation, drops his shield, and he becomes weak to that bomb. Ford finding another pick on the Sayonara. And it looks like their Diva, Ford being just dominant here. They do get the beat drop, losing some people here, however. Noctis just trying to keep up who's ever left of, you know, Metamorphic onto this point.
Wow.
Does come down, takes down momentum. Absolutely.
That's a really big comeback of that fight. Nope, Noctis gonna go down.
Ooh, you can't bring this back here.
Oh.
You lose Gatos, however, that's your Brigitte out of the fight. You're gonna have to retreat. You don't have that kind of, you know, blocking the
Sayonara?
damage.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
Marky Mark going for a very risky pin and pays the price for it. Goes down almost immediately after he lands it. And that looks
That's
like
the point. That's third point.
Yeah, that's third point. Unless they
I don't think anyone could contest.
maybe if Noctis can come out quick, get on the point, but they have a lot of ults. They can just stun and spawn, and that's what Noctis does. He gets the bubble. He does get Graviton. Here comes the hammer down from both Marky Mark and from Bowie. Diva Bomb coming in from Ford. He finds two. And it's just looking very, very good for SkyeBurn at the moment. And that just cleans it up right there.
43 seconds on the clock. They dominated that third point. They took that fight very slowly, but while they did, Metamorphic were forced to back up, giving them basically the fight win. You can't back up on that particular section. You need to learn that when you're in that portion of point B, you either die on the point or you win. You win or you die. You do not back up. There is no retreat. If you do not die on that point, you let them push more. You turn that 2-fight scenario into a 1-fight scenario. You basically give them a free fight win, and you're already losing. So that's why they ended up capping with time.
Yeah, absolutely. On that point, you either just want to go on there and die, or just go on there and die. There's no point of just waiting for your team to respawn, because that's the moment where every second counts. And as soon as you just lose and you regroup on that, and you just like, hey, we have to pull back and retreat. No, you can't do that. You can't retreat on there. You have to just go on that point and die.
Well, the good thing about Metamorphic is because SkyeBurn eSports capped all 3 points with a minute left, they're going to be given a consolation minute to try and cap as much as they can, and therefore Metamorphic are going to be given another minute as well. So we're going to be going into a bit of an overtime scenario for map 2 here on Hollywood. Looks like we're seeing similar comps coming out from both teams. I'm loving this GOATS battle so far. I'm actually loving the fact that both teams are okay with running the 3-3 GOATS composition on either side, because we've been seeing some really good Overwatch.
Definitely we have, and now we have SkyeBurn back on the high ground like they did last round, holding it a bit well. But you have Marky Mark here.
Here we go, there's the jump again.
Gonna have to go in there to boop them right out of the room like they did last time they were holding the high ground. Now they're gonna rotate right back up there. Are they gonna have enough time, or are they giving a lot of time to Metamorphic just to go to the high ground? That's where they're gonna go. They're all gonna fight on the high ground into that hallway.
Bowie's already at 60% on his ult charge, and Marky Mark is only at 20. He's just playing so aggressive.
Ooh, there he is right now. He's being aggressive down there, and they take down Marky Mark. That leaves so much way for a good shatter, but they might not even need it. 8 seconds on the clock, and they're already cleaning up Metamorphic.
Yeah, there's a couple seconds left.
Ooh, but that's it.
Goes down.
Absolutely it for Metamorphic. SkyeBurn, Bowie going into the spawn and trying to go in there. And that's it for Metamorphic. They take the point. SkyeBurn holds that well.
Yep. And it looks like pretty solid plays coming out from SkyeBurn. Now they have to attack. They have a minute 41 to do so. And I'm fairly confident that with this newfound courage that they've achieved on their attack section, they're going to get at least they're going to get the tick to win this map out. Because that's all I need.
That's all you need on here, and they've shown SkyeBurn they can be that aggressive, so they just really need to push into them and just show them they have no fear, and they'll get that tick easy peasy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see how this works. We won't be seeing any compositional switches. I mean, I'm actually loving that. It seems like both teams are totally okay with playing 3-3 and goats and not playing any sort of bunker or triple DPS, which I think is really commendable. You know, you've been practicing goats for however long your team has been around, or a year, and teams have gotten really good at it, and you see some really high level goats, and a lot of people think that it's boring and it's hard to watch, but as someone who analyzes Overwatch, it's very interesting to see how these abilities interact with each other.
Yeah, definitely.
For the beginning stages, it does seem like a wet noodle fight, right? But
yeah, but
seeing all those ultimates come together and those interactions, it's really fun.
Yeah, definitely. Once you get that momentum in there, you just have a lot of just people fighting there. And there goes momentum, speed boosting his teammates all the way to the point, and they are going to fight right on there. They are very low. Noctis almost full health here. Marky Mark going down very quick, though. If they go after him, he can go down, and that's exactly what they do. Momentum, carrying the momentum, absolutely take him off the point. Marky Mark's down. Sayonara does get organic, however, so it's looking a bit even here. You lose your Brigida, you can't be as aggressive, but Gato's Brigida does not have a Reinhardt to fight with him. Bowie's still up by himself, and Harry's fully charged here, but so is Sayonara. So it looks like whoever can build up their ultimates the fastest might be able to win this fight.
Yeah, and we're turning this 2-fight scenario into possibly 1-fight scenario, as SkyeBurn are actually backing off. 40 seconds remaining.
Hammer down comes in from Bowie, gets blocked by Marky Mark. Does find one, however, and here comes the Transcendence from Potion to keep his teammates, negate all damage. Beat drop does come in from Momentum. You have Sayonara, who does the Graviton. You have the Hammer down coming in from Marky Mark. You have JD's Diva Bomb. And it finds two. It is huge. JD also gets Ford out of mech, but Ford does get Ganos before he goes down. Harry's still at the Graviton going in the background. He does pop off the Graviton, but it's looking very, very good for MetaMorphic at the moment.
Oh, they spot the Zen that was hiding around trying to touch.
Russian cows get staggered. And now there's not much you can do. 9 seconds on the clock. And this is what we were talking about before in Hollywood. You have to throw yourself at the point. No time to regroup. Just toss yourself onto that point, lads. Let's go. And if you get the overtime, they're all down a couple of players. The Hammer down does come in. It is pretty huge coming in from Bowie. If they can find some value on it, it'll be huge. The Potion comes in. The Transcendence. The Diva Bomb coming in from Ford. Can it find value? That Transcendence is still going on, so it doesn't find much. But JD does take down Bowie into that fight. And now you're just watching that, just SkyeBurn going down one by one, and MetaMorphic just taking up that damage and treating them like just, just bullying them straight up. Ooh, Noctis does find it, and it looks like they might be able to full hold SkyeBurn on here.
Wow, and we're going to a draw. That's going to be interesting coming out, and because this this tournament is specifically a map 4 series, this is actually good for the side of SkyeBurn. If they win the next map, MetaMorphic can't do anything about the series, and they actually lose the series right then and there. So, but this also means that if MetaMorphic can take it, they only have to win one more map after that, right?
Yeah, it's definitely just a very high stakes game right now.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be getting into a map pick and ban phase.
But that's exactly what we wanted to see from both teams, both MetaMorphic and SkyeBurn. They were being their aggressive type. They were being really aggressive, and we saw them kind of just swap each other's, like, here, you go ahead and be aggressive, we'll just be defensive, and then you go ahead again and be aggressive, and we'll be defensive once more. But we just saw both teams being aggressive, both teams being defensive, and it seems like they traded that so well that it ended up in a draw for them. That they gave each other so much aggression, gave back some defense, and now it was a stalemate, because that's how much they were just not committing. Like, one team was not committing to that aggression. So, you know what? That's what happens. You come to a stalemate, one team's not being as aggressive, the other team's being as defensive. It's just evenly matched at that point.
Yeah, and they actually managed to hold that. They curbed the aggression coming from SkyeBurn. Bowie's crazy aggression, those pins, just the left clicks coming from his hammer, there wasn't as much that could be done about it, and that was really good to see from MetaMorphic. We're seeing signs of life. You would have wanted to see them win the map, but a draw will be just fine coming into this series as long as they're able to win this third map. This third map going to be very big.
Definitely very high stakes, as we were talking about. This is where they really need to just correct themselves. They really need to just stick to one strategy. They're like, hey, do we need to be, SkyeBurn's like, do we need to be defensive or do we really need to be aggressive? That's what we're really good at. And MetaMorphic's like, hey, we have to match their aggression. We cannot get bullied any longer. This is like our really high stakes moment here. So it's whatever they want to do is going to decide the fact of this round.
Yep. And yeah, I want to just thank Callisti again for the 5 gifted subs. Funnily enough, my dad got a gift sub while he stopped by.
My father got a gifted sub. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Callisti. You gifted my dad a sub.
Did he really? Who's your dad? Which one, huh?
Was Skids808.
That's such a dad name. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. That's such a... my dad's name was like sheet metal something because that's what he does for a job, and it was such a wholesome moment. That's when we like went to TwitchCon. He had to get his own Twitch account. It was very wholesome. But that is absolutely wholesome. So here at the Watchers OW, we have very wholesome moments right now. We just got a gifted sub to someone's father. I'm almost on the verge of tears here. That's how wholesome that was. All we need is like a puppy and a cat hugging, and then we'll just be to the wholesome level.
Feels good, man.
Feels very good, but definitely, those subs, those bits, they go a long way to help us better this program, and we thank you for it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Any contribution to Refuse, and he's been doing so much work for the Watchers. He organizes all of these tournaments. He spectates every game. He's the production behind everything besides the casting that we do now, and he has been the biggest he's been the only basically person running this whole thing besides the casters. Of course, you always have the moderators. You have the admins with moderation and some input, but holy moly, he does so much around the field here. It's always good to see some support coming from Refused. We will be going to Oasis. That same pick and ban phase has happened. Lucio's been saved and Mercy has been banned. So we're going to see some more goats. And it seems like both teams have agreed, we're going to play goats and we're going to practice that alone. This is really good.
Yeah, definitely. They're keeping the Mercy away from farming Mercies or bunker comps, but you can't really run that on Oasis. Oasis is more of your goats comp. It's very damaging. And you know what? That's what we've seen both teams be very, very good at, is their goats comp. Their 3-3s, their Reinhardts, their Zaryas. And you really need that from them.
Yeah. Got a couple seconds left, and then we can see some of the team comps coming out. But I think we know what we're going to see, right? We're going to be seeing 3-3.
We're going to be seeing goats. We're going to be seeing 3-3.
And that's okay, because these teams are very good at it. And I'm looking forward to see whoever wins. I'm looking forward to see their match interview, whoever they talk to, because this is very interesting that we're basically seeing a truce, right? We're going like, we're not going to take you out of your comfort zone if you don't take us out of our comfort zone.
Yeah, it's definitely seeing like, here, we'll keep you Lucio, and they're like, okay, but we'll take away your Mercy so you can't be as aggressive. So you really just need to figure out what you want to do.
Enables, right, Fair Mercy and some other bunker comps, right? So they're basically agreeing on playing goats, and both teams taking a position in the middle of this point.
Yeah, it seems like what they're doing here is just trying to find out who's the value. We've seen this from all the fights. It's just whoever can, find the first point, and that is it. That's Marky, first casualty of that fight. But you do take down Bowie, so now both teams are out of their Reinhardts. What are they going to do here? Are they going to be more aggressive because they don't have them? Or are they just going to kind of be defensive? And it looks like, you see, they're both pulling back here. And that's just going to enable SkyeBurn to get the point. That's what we were talking about earlier, about aggression versus just, aggression versus just defensive play. It's just like you went back and you gave them the point, but now both Rhines are back and rallies coming up from Gatos, so now you can see the full momentum coming in from both teams. Here comes the hammer down onto Bowie. Finds huge and that big grab, or not grab, rather bomb. I was waiting for a graviton bomb, but Harry's almost at 98% onto his grab, and they don't even need it, however. Harry has it now, but they gave him the bomb, they gave him the shatter, and that enabled them to keep that point for a little while.
Honestly, that was just really sloppy coming from MetaMorphic. They used the rally from Gatos and got no value out of it whatsoever. When you rally, you need to go in. It's one of those particular ultimates that is only for aggression. JD's gonna slurp up
JD's gonna come in there. There comes the graviton. There comes the bomb. That's a lot of ults there being used. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Here comes the bomb. However, comes in from above. Finds two from JD. That's good. That's really good coming in for MetaMorphic. They go for the pin onto Marky Mark. They do find it, but Bowie just gave himself to the slaughter. Like a lamb to the slaughter. He goes down almost immediately. Russian Cow's the only one on point. 65% going on SkyeBurn. Not too bad, but they are going to give this point right back to MetaMorphic.
Yeah, and that's, 70%, not too bad. Not too shabby on the side of SkyeBurn. Gatos does have the rally back up again, and I really want to see them use this rally offensively. You need to start initiating those fights and actually go in, actually commit, and be aggressive. And you can get the ult advantage only if you do that. Here we go. They need to prove themselves by using this.
Here we go. The beat, they drop off the high ground. The hammer down comes in from Bowie, finds forward, but the beat drop from Noctis almost saves them. Negates all damage that's going to come there. Marky Mark finds his shatter, finds two, and Sayonara does get Russian Cows out of that fight. Ford does get demeched. And it's absolutely huge coming from both sides.
Yeah, and I don't think it was the most aggressive rally we were seeing. I was hoping to see something more aggressive, but what they did was they countered the shatter coming out from Bowie, and he's been so aggressive on this Reinhardt, almost too aggressive to a fault. I think he needs to curb his aggression coming to this next point, especially when you're playing on the attacking portion of this control point. If you are the one entering, you need to play this a little smarter than you have been. Both teams have the Gravitarn, though, so we'll see how this interacts. We see the bomb coming out from Ford. That might be huge. Shield is low.
Grab. Here comes Grab coming in from that side. Here comes Ford with his bomb. Gravitarn coming from both sides. The bomb doesn't find value, but they do get stunned there. And now they're just kind of waiting for a bit. Both ults have been, used up. The Transcendence does come in from Russian Cows. They both have momentum on the beat drop. Meanwhile, MetaMorphic don't have any support ults at all. In fact, they're gonna lose Potion, both Noctis. And now you only have Momentum, who has his ult, his beat drop. Meanwhile, Noctis only 79% to his. Marky Mark does have the hammer down over Bowie, however. So this might just be a thing of who can put out the most damage against that beat drop.
Yeah, they do have the rally, though, and we've been talking about the rally not being so aggressive. This is Gatos' time to prove themselves in this next fight. Right, last fight. This will be the last fight for either team coming to this match. I don't believe anyone will be able to touch, even if MetaMorphic are able to retake this. Here's the rally. Come on, be aggressive. Take some more charge.
Here's this. This is what you really need here. They got the bomb out. JD doesn't find any value. A little too high on that, but here comes the huge shatter coming in from Marky Mark. Finds 4 of the enemy team. Everyone's going to go down very quickly, and like you were saying before, this is where they really needed to prove themselves, and that's exactly what MetaMorphic did. They just proved themselves against that aggression.
I don't think that they can touch. This was significantly last fight. Almost coming down to the last second here. 95, 96 coming to play. Can the Lucio touch?
You do have
98?
momentum touching, maybe?
No,
he gets taken down almost immediately out the gate. Potion takes down momentum. Absolutely huge. Doesn't even have time to touch. That must hurt if you are SkyeBurn at this moment. Just losing that from
exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean coming to that match. When you get up to the 86% mark, not even a Lucio might be able to touch. And they managed to pick him off at the last possible second. They don't have to go to that overtime fight, and they could just cleanly take that fight. Brilliant plays coming from MetaMorphic. They really proved themselves in that last point, and we'll see what they could do coming into City Center here. I'm excited to see that we have Bowie on the Winston. We had seen his Winston the last night when he was playing it. He's very, very well versed at this Winston. However, he's going up against Marky Mark and the Rhine Goats, so they're going to need to play this high ground. If they don't play this high ground game well, Marky Mark will destroy them.
Fighting on the high ground. Marky Mark. JD's going down, however, but they now have the high ground coming in from, SkyeBurn here. What are they going to do, though? Are they going to go dive on someone? That's what they kind of did last time. I believe they did play Oasis. They kind of just dived on whoever they wanted to. And it looks like that's what they're going to do here. They're looking for a target. They got Marky Mark out of position, away from his team a bit. And they're going to try to take him down, boop him back a bit. Now, they're just one side of each point. You can see it. One side's on the left, one side's on the right. Who's going to go against that fight?
Literally all MetaMorphic can do is just charge at them. Organic being taken down very low, the Coalescence coming out, but the rally from Gato's going to negate a lot of that damage.
Yeah, definitely. Now you just have this fight happening. Marky Mark does go down, however. Here comes the B drop coming in from Noctis to save the team a bit longer. Momentum almost to him. The rally does come in. The Graviton is there as well. And here comes forward the bomb. Can it be huge? Can it find value? Yes, it does. It finds Gato's right in the air, but here comes JD's bomb. And all JD's bomb is gives Harry a bit more charge onto his Zarya. And it looks like
this is SkyeBurn's fight that they won. And to be honest, that was a little unexpected. And they really focused Marky Mark down. They've been focusing him during this entirety of the series. What they really need to do, what MetaMorphic really need to accomplish right now, is they need to be more aggressive and just take these fights on a snap call. Just snap call someone, maybe a Brigitte, maybe their Zarya, maybe their Zen coming out from SkyeBurn, and just kill them. Just run at them and completely destroy them. That's what. Ooh, solo graph. It takes down Bowie. That's worth.
That might be worth. You do take that on the main tank out of this floats, but here comes the hammer down coming in from Marky Mark, and this is where MetaMorphic is going to get really aggressive. Looks like they're going to find two. They do find Sayonara. This is exactly what we were waiting for them. We really need them to be aggressive here, and that's exactly what they just did. Flip this right on its head. Are they going to do this again to SkyeBurn? Are they just going to completely just flip this over and take control of it, take dominance over it?
They definitely have the ults too. Noonie, and they're trying to stagger out the D.Va. They're just going to wait for the D.Va to remake. That was kind of an error and mistake, because now they have the reset. There's no really time delay for this next fight. They have the Coalescence coming from Russian Cows, but Russian Cows being taken up very low. Bomb comes out.
Here we go. Comes the bomb. Does take down Sayonara. That could be huge. Enable that fight. JD also has his bomb. And it's bigger than four. It finds a 3-man on the Harry, Organic, and Bowie. You lose that. You have to regroup, and that is absolutely huge for MetaMorphic.
Wow, yeah, that was an incredible bomb. I don't even think it was lead. They just kind of dropped it there, and SkyeBurn didn't take that into account. Russian Cow's going to be swapping onto the Zen here for some additional Discord orb healing. They're realizing that there's a significant lack of damage from this Goat's composition because of the lack of the Discord orb, and now that they don't have the ults anymore, this is going to be really precarious for SkyeBurn. They don't have much to work with.
Definitely, they only have the rally. They're almost to bomb, they're almost to grab, or well, not bomb, but Shatter and Graviton. So now they do have that coming out. Marky only at 72, Bowie at the Shatter at the moment, 80% to Marky. He really just
from MetaMorphic. This Rosie.
Ooh, the big Shatter coming in. However, gets three, but here comes the beat up. Here comes the Graviton. This is all their damaging ults they really use as well. Marky Mark brings back with a counter Shatter. Gets down. 3 of them down. Absolutely huge coming from Mark.
Ooh, Marky Mark.
That is huge. And this is it. This is what we were talking about. This is the upset that we've been waiting for. The more aggressive team in the standings right now is going to be MetaMorphic. SkyeBurn losing it. Not being able to bully them any longer. Now they have to touch here, but I don't think they're going to have enough time. Yeah, at that point. The match is going to go to MetaMorphic. An absolute upset.
Another reason Bowie, unfortunately, not being able to make it to there, and MetaMorphic are going to take that third map here. That nullifies our our draw almost completely there. Brilliant aggression coming from Bowie, but unfortunately, MetaMorphic going to take that map.
That's right.
We got a couple of bits coming in.
Definitely, we do have a lot of biddies. And your dad, who said Skid 808, don't Overwatch League and drive. Well, I mean, I guess you can see that if you're just trying to watch it on your phone. You just.
I think he was driving home.
Yeah. Please don't Overwatch League and drive, guys. Please, it's very dangerous. I know you have to just see the Carpe Diem Widow 1v1, but you just can't.
I hope you're okay, Dad.
Hope you're okay, Dad. But thank you guys for the bits. Like we said before, it does go a very long way.
Yeah, and you sent some too.
Yeah, I sent some. Even the unpaid caster paid. I'm joking. We do this because
You can't
we
be
love
paid.
doing it. Yeah, we can.
You're
I
underage.
yeah. Just I mean, come on, sneak it on the table like $5. Anyways, yeah, definitely the bits go a very long way. And what we just saw from MetaMorphic is they turned into SkyeBurn. They just morphed into him. Like that's what they just did. They became that aggressive bully on the playground. And SkyeBurn didn't know what to do. They didn't see this aggressive before from MetaMorphic, so they kind of just like closed up like a clam. They didn't know what to do, so they kind of just pulled back, and that's what cost them this, match. So now we're going on to, what map are we gonna get here? Seems to be Junkertown. Yep, it's gonna be Junkertown.
Ooh, Junker. That's actually super interesting. I'm wondering if we're gonna be seeing some different comps. Junker comp basically leads up into the sniper comp, right? Especially in the first point, maybe even bunker. Metamorphic gonna save a hero and pick a map side. This is super interesting coming from them. And yeah, I love the fact that Metamorphic have really come back in this series.
Yeah, they definitely just flipped this whole game on its head. They become the more aggressive players, and that's good for them. But Junkertown, who are they going to save and who are they going to ban here? Because that can lead to what we can see being played on their comps. We can see a bunker here. We've seen bunker before in Junkertown. And we've seen full holds on Junkertown as well. So now we just have to kind of wait and see who they're going to ban. And ladies and gentlemen, they ban Brigitte.
Ooh.
A very, very huge play into the GOATS comp.
Mm-hmm.
They save a Lucio.
Huge. This kills the GOATS comp, right?
Completely. And they do save Lucio.
Lucio was saved.
They do, and Metamorphic is going to start attack. But what are you going to do now? This is just leading to
bunker.
They might play some bunker, but this is leading to a lot of mystery into what your comp is about to be. You ban your Brigitte. What do you run into that? You can't run GOATS anymore. Brigitte's a key player into GOATS, and once you ban her, that's it. There's not much you can do. Yep. You can't substitute her for Mora. You can't substitute her for Ana, because that's just what GOATS comp is. It is the 3-3, but you need that Brigitte to be essential into that.
Yeah, no, seriously. And this is going to be really close. We don't know what these teams are going to be playing. They've been playing GOATS this entire time, and now they can't play it. And I got word from Refuse, the production team. This will go to a 5th map, regardless of who is going to win, because this is a best 2-3. They've changed the formatting for this specific tournament, so this won't be necessarily the last map. And it looks like we're seeing Arisa Hog Hanzo, aside from both teams. Diva. It's actually very similar comps. I'm sure that someone's going to be swapping off and playing the Mercy, because Momentum is playing that as well.
Yeah, but this is where we see some key Overwatch. This is where we don't see any more GOATs. We see 2-2s now. And maybe even triple DPS, ? Triple snipers coming in from... Metamorphic just kind of debated us here. It looks like we're going to see 2-2, though. This is some very classic Overwatch here. Just 2-2, 2 DPS, 2 tanks, and 2 supports. But you do have the 2 snipers coming in from Metamorphic's side, and that's what you want to play on Junkertown. These huge sight lines starting on the first point. You have almost a mirror comp coming in. Ooh, that's a good right there. A lot of good damage there, but you have a mirror comp coming in both SkyeBurn and Metamorphic. You have that just mirroring of each other. So it's now who can play these characters better who's going to win this fight. And Gatos does go down for Bowie. That's a huge take for them. Now SkyeBurn doesn't have their shield, and they're going to start taking a lot of damage. Sayonara on the left side looking for the picks. Are they going to find it is the question. But it doesn't really matter because they're just losing so many people on that card that they can just
double hog on the point.
Like, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think that'll be it. And really good plays coming out from Metamorphic here in practicing this comp. This was the composition. Remember, this was the composition that SkyeBurn had actually picked. And yeah, without much contest, Metamorphic are going to take that first point with that bunker comp. you know, Widow's not doing too much in terms of picks, but it's all been the Roadhog show for both these teams so far. We'll see how
Definitely
these,
losing Bowie in that.
Mhm.
And just, you know, after you lose Bowie in that fight, you really just have nothing you can do there. You lose your shield, and there's not much that can happen. But now we have the double snipers who really need to find damage. Here comes a lot of damage coming in. The Roadhog ult goes in. And you have the Dragon on top right. Doesn't find a lot of value, but Russian Cal, meanwhile, does take down Marky Mark with the whole hog. That is huge for them.
Yep. And the Valkyrie was used as well. Ooh, Sayonara got to pick onto Russian Cows. Is it rezzed? It is.
It is a big res. You have that coming in. But now it's
this
just
is going to be really impressive. When you're getting right after this second point, you're going to need to... I think they're going to be swapping to the goats. They're going to be playing Sombra goats, but instead of the Brigitte, it's going to be Sombra. Yep. They're going to be using their Winston as well. Ooh, they're actually running dive. They're going to be with Gatos on the Genji. This is super interesting. I'm interested to see how Gatos does this.
This is kind of what they need to run here, though. You have these double snipers. Running dive into this can just completely upset them, but what are you going to do here? They're going to flank. They do have the Sombra. They do have the Genji. They have a bomb. They have to make it work, though. Here comes the Dragon coming in, taking them completely from the right side, coming in from Organic. Forward does take down Marky Mark and Gatos. What are you going to do here?
Yeah, that was dominant and a really good halt hook coming out. Gatos just being hooked out. He's going to be forced to just like dash to the point because he doesn't want to be seen from the Widow. And Sayonara being taken out from the back. Just being hooked out and killed, that's huge. That's basically a self-stagger there. 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, it really is.
They have a bomb, but they don't have much else. Oh, man.
Ooh, there goes the bomb, but that's not in a good position. You have a shield there. It goes off, but what are you doing here if you are Metamorphic? Are you going to go for that really aggressive dive, or are you just going to kind of waiting to Russian Cows? That's a huge whole hog coming in with the damage booster from Orisa, and it's cleaning up here.
Yeah,
looks like they might be able to full hold him here coming from SkyeBurn.
They used a bit much though,
and they definitely used a bit too much.
They have the Dragon too, which will be really good in this close choke area. If they can be able to scout out Metamorphic, they can use the Dragon to really good effect. However, Gatos 85% on this blade. Potion has the nano that they're saving for the blade as well, but a hook comes in and is eaten up by Potion.
And we do have Organic in the back trying to take out Sombra.
Sayonara on the Sombra, almost at EMP as well. This is looking fairly good for Metamorphic as long as they can use these ults correctly. They're going to go around the back, but the payload is in spawn.
Ooh. Sayonara does have that, you know, that ult there, but they're just right behind him. They're not pushing the cart. They're not doing anything. The Dragon does come in to upset him for the middle.
And it's just stalling. It's just stalling time. And you have to get on the payload. There's the EMP. It's huge.
That's it right there. That's a huge Nano Blade. Is that a huge bomb? It does get knocked. This, but Gatos' Nano Blade is absolutely doing damage combined with Marky Mark's Primal. It's really bad for SkyeBurn, who were just holding this so dominantly, just lose that.
Yep.
They do take down Gatos at the end, but Marky Mark takes down Russian Cows, and now that's a full reset for SkyeBurn right now.
Yep, and there's a minute 15 left. If they can test here and manage to win, this will be the end of this this attack from Metamorphic. If SkyeBurn are able to defend, it looks like they're just going to continue to push it without much contest.
Yeah, they might be waiting on SkyeBurn's side to drop off. They do take down Organic. That's a huge key play there. And you take out their... Ooh, taking down Potion, though, is also huge. And they... Ooh, they do take down Bowie, but you bring back Organic into this fight. That is a majority of your damage. It's just like whoever can get the pick here. They do take down Sayonara. They are getting bullied into the corner. Russian Cal being bullied under. What are they going to do here? Ooh, that is clean coming in from Russian's Cal. But Gatos finds a huge Tracer Bomb onto him. And it looks like Metamorphic is going to toss the Diva Bomb as well just to keep away any people who want to touch that point. If you're SkyeBurn right now, you probably just want to regroup unless you can stall with that. Harry finds a huge bomb. but the Wrecking Ball on point does get hacked. Bowie cannot go spin around no more.
The dragon.
Dexter is stomped. Is the dragon to come in time, though, is the question. It does push him off the cart for a bit. Who's holding right now? It seems like forward momentum. Momentum has no ults. 469 to theirs. Goes off the point. And it looks like MetaMorphic is going to be able to take this point as well.
Yeah, in a bit of overtime. There was like a second there, so a minute 30 going to be given on the clock for them. Bowie staggered out and hacked, and that's going to be that push. Coming to this next push, it's going to be very dangerous for them. However, they do have 5 ultimates for this next engage, and what they need to do is they need to divvy up their ultimates. They can't use everything here because there's only a minute left, and you get 2 fights in order to take this complete fight out. So what I'm thinking is, oh no, that's terrible. If Ford can recontest onto this point, this is going to be terrible for them, but they're still pushing. They're still pushing.
Yeah, it seems like SkyeBurn are being kind of scared here. They don't know what they want to do, but that's when all these ults are going to come in from MetaMorphic, the Diva Bomb, and you also have the Primal coming in from Marky Mark that does find Bowie. You have the whole hog coming in from Russian Cows, keeping them away from the point, but they definitely need to bring this fight to point to stop it. If they don't, they're just going to get getting pushed in more, and they're not going to have a lot of time just to recontest it. Maybe that's what they'll do now. Russian Cows forward and both Organic going back onto the point, pushing them away, and that's what they do. They have control of the point now, waiting on for Bowie to get on.
Yeah. Valkyrie coming out for momentum doesn't do much, but here's the EMP coming out from Sayonara. Gets 4.
It does get 4. Marky Mark does take down Bowie. Here comes the dragon coming from Organic. Can it save the team? No. It gets eaten by JD. Nice eat right there. Harry does find the Tracer Bomb. But is it going to be enough? I don't know. You just lost your dragon. There's not much you can do here. That was your major damage.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
I'm back.
Discord's kind of broken.
Back?
I don't know. Discord just broke for me.
It's good now.
Sorry for that little technical difficulty. Discord seemed to have just stopped for everyone playing, even our players in there. They just kind of lost their communication. We kind of just went laggy and we're talking over each other a bit. So we apologize for that. I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to go call Discord now? Do I have to do that?
Call the police.
Yeah, I'm going to go 911. What's your... I got an idea. I know who to call. It's okay. Call Jeff Kaplan.
Do it.
Calling Jeff Kaplan.
I'll be right back. Hello? Jeff? Yeah. I got a problem, buddy, and I need your help. He just hung up immediately and asked who I was. Classic Jeff. We're really good friends, by the way. Me and him.
You seem like really good friends. How long have you known each other?
Nah, 50 years. It's crazy, I know.
Wow.
I don't think he's going to laugh that long.
I thought you were much younger than that.
Yeah, it's kind of just a debate. But what we just saw from SkyeBurn and both MetaMorphic is, well, SkyeBurn just kind of got dominated here. There's no easy way of putting that. They didn't really find a way to get their foothold in, and when they could, they didn't take the opportunity to get their foot in the door. So instead of what happened was just MetaMorphic was like, hey, they're not really contesting us. Let's just keep pushing forward. And when they lost fights, they just regrouped and went even harder than they did before. So now you just have...
Here comes again. Bowie. Oh my god, being almost one-shot by Sayonara, who was on the right side.
Ooh, that would have been huge for them. Gato's looking for the pick around the top left.
Sayonara, 1 HP.
What are they going to do? It seems like they're both playing very far away. They're looking for a sniper pick is what they're trying to do here. Organic does see the left side.
No.
Oh, they're going to peek around. They do have the pull in, but it seems they get JD out of mech. That is huge right there. Taking JD out of that Sayonara goes down by Organic. And now we're seeing what we needed to see from SkyeBurn. Organic absolutely hitting a 4-man. That is 5 coming from Organic on the Hanzo. Absolutely huge for SkyeBurn.
Organic.
Organic. You know, sometimes I feel like people oversell organic produce, but right here, organic is clearly the best choice. It's clean, it's nice, and it just took a 5-piece very easily.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
job, Organic. It seems like he just knows what to do. Ooh, here comes the Dragon. Can he carry on this kind of carry for SkyeBurn is the question. Looks like the Dragon goes there, doesn't find a lot of value, but now you have walls coming in from Harry as well. Can they help both the snipers find something here? Organic gets the headshot once again. Is he going to go for the Mercy? Is that really what he's going to do? Mercy's half health. Noctis does get the res, but Harry Happa does take down Gatos. And now you just have these two snipers behind enemy lines. Meanwhile, the rest of their team on SkyeBurn are just pushing the point. Harry absolutely popping off, getting a 3-piece. Everything's looking a bit too hairy for them right now. Onto MetaMorphic's side. They're just giving me too much material here. Whole hog coming in from Russian Cows, cleaning it up a bit. Oh man, that is absolutely huge. Both the snipers on the side.
Dominant.
Definitely what we were talking about before is just, you know, SkyeBurn kind of getting bullied, but now they've become the bullies once more. Organic, Harry, both showing what they can do on the sniper side. They can't even get
They aren't going to contest. They're too slow.
Put up a good defense because you have these two snipers coming at your lines and you don't know what to do about it.
And there's 6 minutes on the time clock, and it doesn't even seem like ults matter. Organic and Harry are just taking things into their own hands. There's another pick from Sayonara here. Turn the tables around. Gonna get the res off from Momentum, but has the momentum changed?
It seems like they're just being dominant about this. Here comes the Demon Bomb.
No.
Here comes the Dragon. These are two things that can do a lot of damage. Ford does find one on the marquee mark. Meanwhile, Harry does go down to that Dragon. So now it's kind of even here. You really need Organic to pick up what he did before. What he did on the first point is take down 5 people by himself. Can he do that again? We just have to wait and see. Here comes the Diva Bomb coming in from JD. Doesn't find value. That's okay though. Organic does get one, but he goes down himself. They don't have any damage here. The Widow coming back through main. Harry looking for the pick on the Potion. Takes down Potion. Gatos is going for him. Harry takes Gatos right mid-air. Takes him straight down with his shot. And now we're slowly waiting.
And that seems so sloppy. That seemed like it was going in the other direction, like it was going in the direction of Metamorphic, but SkyeBurn gonna pull that out of their butts, and there's 4.5 minutes. The Dragon coming through spawn kills Potion the Harry. There you have it with the snipes.
Ooh, this is really dominant for there goes Organic over. That's fine. Bowie is doing a lot of damage with that damage booster there.
It's over.
It just seems like they're going to be able to push this. It doesn't look like Metamorphic has enough time to touch the point. There goes Russian Cows pushing them away. And they're going to finish this round with at least, I think it was about 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was more than 4 minutes. This was dominant coming from SkyeBurn. They seem mad. 4 minutes, 26
seconds. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No worries.
Huge.
Wow, that was incredible. They lost 0 fights in that push, and it just goes to show maybe the difference in these two teams is actually higher than we thought. You know, maybe their goats is fairly equal, and that's why Metamorphic were able to get a point off, and they were able to draw on Hollywood. But on this map, this seems completely different. Organic and Harry Happa are completely carrying, and there is a gigantic difference between the Widow and Hanzo on either of these teams.
Yeah, we just saw where you would think, you know, that Harry and both Organic would be so strong on the defensive side. They're just hopped off on the offensive side. You know, I think this is what we were gonna see from Harry and Organic, but just the defense for them just got so disconjointed. It got so just taken apart immediately that I really couldn't get their footholds in for the snipers. But this time, on the offense side, you really don't need to set up a good defense. You can just go in there and find your picks. And that's what Organic did, and that's what Harry did.
I'm actually loving this comp from Metamorphic here. They're using the Bastion. They just need to be able to successfully get out of spawn and actually get onto the payload with their Bastion. They are able to do it with the Baptiste utilization. Some defense matrix coming to play here. Shield coming through, and Gatos can really go off on this Bastion here as long as they're able to pocket him. Look at Organic though from the back trying to snipe down Gatos. It seems like it is working a little bit, but the heal is too strong here. Nice.
Ooh, that's absolutely huge coming from Gatos. That's exactly what we need. He's really knowing this is a really good Bastion coming from them. They have the damage boost, they have what they need, and they're just looking for any picks they can get. SkyeBurn is looking a little weak here. Maybe SkyeBurn just can't put up a good defense here, as that's their problem. They're really good on the offensive side, but for defense, they're getting taken down by this Bastion.
Yeah, and this is really dominant from them because of the way that this is set up. The Baptiste and the Bastion already have their ultimates. And if Organic and Harry Happa, we've seen them play the Widow so well, if they're not able to take down this Bastion, they're going to clean house with this Bastion, even if it's in overtime here. Keep an eye out on Organic, almost has the Dragon. Oh my god.
Does take down Harry. This is huge for them. MetaMorphic really need to get something just to keep on this momentum. Ooh, here comes the Dragon. But that's where that huge Immortality Shield plays. It does take down Gatos. Sayonara does take down Harry once again. But they get him off the court enough just to get that point done. That was huge coming in from MetaMorphic. You know, you thought this was going to be a steamroll for them, but now, even though SkyeBurn has 5 minutes on the clock, you still have such a good push coming in from MetaMorphic.
They might be able to stall this out if they're going to use the Bastion on defense as well. We'll see what these teams can really win. That was really creative from MetaMorphic to drop out the Bastion and the Baptiste and go for things. Unfortunately, the Bastion went down during that fight, was displaced by the Dragon, then forced out of position by the Roadhog hook and taken out. And if that wouldn't have happened, you might have seen a different game and maybe a completely different series. But the series that we're in right now, the timeline might be going in the way of SkyeBurn eSports.
Definitely. We've seen so much in this series. I can't even start to explain it. Right now, we've seen so many upsets, so many flip-flops of both teams' aggression that it can be anyone's game at this point. We do have 5 minutes. It's still out there in the open. We're out in the field. SkyeBurn does have 5 minutes and 26 seconds to take to where MetaMorphic took the point. But like after this, we still have one map, correct? So
yes.
that's going to be it.
It's a best 2-3. It's not a best of 5. So because this is the way that it is, we will be going to a 5th map no matter who wins. I really like the sneaky approach from MetaMorphic. They're going to play very aggressive.
Ooh, they do have the farm of Mercy. This is what we've been waiting for. We heard the Mercy call. We still kept it. So now we're just waiting for this. Seems like Russian Cows taking down Gatos. Really good here. What are you gonna do here? You lost your, main healer. You lost your Immortality Shield. Now you just kind of have to push out of here. You really have to get out of there now, or you're gonna get bullied into that room, and they're gonna push that payload freely without any contest.
They are. They need to die on this point, or this is gonna be taken down to one fight.
Ooh, the barrage already out, but he gets taken down immediately from coming from Organic. That has to hurt there. That really does. You have a huge barrage. You have the damage boost, but you just get eaten by the Diva. And it looks like he's going to get res back, but they're going to lose forward onto that push. But you have Bowie on that Wrecking Ball. He's cleaning it up. That's right. They're cleaning up here. It's looking like anyone at this point.
Oh, no. Noctis being taken out of position. That's huge. Bowie goes down, though. Was in the middle of the team. If they play this correctly, they're going to take... Oh, the Transcendence.
Ooh. Here comes the Transcendence holding the team up a bit longer. JD is hacked. And it looks like they have walls right now coming in from the side of SkyeBurn. You have the hack coming out of 84. Momentum pops their Valkyrie. Goes for the res onto Russian Cows, who used the Transcendence right now. They're hacked at the moment. And now you just have to wait for this kind of bomb here. Ooh, there comes the barrage. Cleaning up Marky Mark. But getting taken down almost immediately by Potion.
This is so close. This is so incredibly close. And they need to touch Sayonara. Come on.
Come on, guys. You have almost enough players to touch that payload.
There's only 2 players on the point.
Oh, here comes Bowie from the backline, however, to give their team a bit more support on the tank line.
Gatos is so aggressive here.
Gatos is like, hey, man, please stop pushing the payload, dude. I know my team's not here, but I'm doing the stall for a bit. Marky Mark going down for the solo hammer on the Russian Cows. Can Bowie save him? No, Bowie's a bit too late, but here comes the hack, hacking almost the entire team except for that Transcendence coming out from Potion. What are you going to do? Ooh, they take down Russian Cows, who's almost 56 through their Transcendence. That's absolutely huge coming in for SkyeBurn. Or not SkyeBurn.
Yeah, and I'm so sloppy from either side. Either side really not giving up, and the point is still moving. Guys, please.
Come on. Just stop it for a second, all right? Like, you have enough players. It's only a Wrecking Ball. It's only a Wrecking Ball. But the Wrecking Ball is playing so aggressive. Bowie's just showing dominance here. And it looks like now they're going to be able to stall this. They're going to be able to hold them back. You still only have 2 minutes from the 5 minutes and 50 seconds we had originally. And here comes the Diva Bomb going in the air. Does find Russian Cows, but it's too late. SkyeBurn has found enough picks onto MetaMorphic that it doesn't really matter how many people are going to kill now. They're already so weakened, they're going to have to regroup and try to contest this point onto the second side.
They're going to have to reset, and 2 minutes 35 on the clock. They're going to have to try and hold this point out, and there's a ton of ultimates coming out from SkyeBurn's side. This is looking very dire for MetaMorphic. You know, all they have to work was this beat and the amplification matrix from the Baptiste, and this damage boost coming in from the Valkyrie Mercy is going to be doing work. Organic looking for the barrage, but the beat comes through.
Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, that's
Nice.
a lot of ults being used here. The barrage does get taken down almost immediately, coming from Organic. And you have the Wrecking Ball
Oh
bombs.
no, JD goes down to the mines.
Ooh, that's not good.
And the
Here
rest
goes
goes off.
Marky Mark getting down and taking down Momentum. But it's looking very even here. They can't take down Marky Mark, and if they do that,
Oh,
they can
no.
take down whoever's on points. Only Baby Diva and Somber. They take down JD, and now it's only Somber. And they clean that up. No one else can recontest. And it looks like SkyeBurn's going to take this point right now.
Oh, that was just unfortunate coming from MetaMorphic. They thought that they had that, and they got a little too hypey, and they ended up losing it. Unfortunate for them.
Absolutely.
Now that we're coming down to a map 5, just want to remind everyone to vote. And Organic, this is a crazy play of the game here. One.
Ooh, look at this. This is where Organic absolutely pops off. He finds one, he finds the other
Two.
onto Potion, and then he finds it
Three.
onto Marky Mark,
Four.
finds it on JD. 5.
And there was a 5th one right afterwards. That was
Absolutely huge.
incredible.
That's really what won him that point, was just Organic really just popping off and finding a 5-piece.
Organic, I just want to say, I'm free on Thursday if you would like to duo, and I would like to talk to you and would like to
Talk some
duo
opportunities
on
in,
Thursday. Please message
just
me.
chill. I mean, Organic, he's probably in your rank, right? I mean, he's only like, what, I don't know, 4,200? I mean,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
that sounds about like your rank right now. I don't
Please
know about
message
that.
me on Thursday so we can duo.
It's Friday, I'm sorry, it's too late.
Next Thursday.
I'm sorry, it's just too late, man.
What do you mean?
It's just too late. You can't get him to message you on Thursday if Thursday is already passed. There's no such thing as next Thursday. I'm sorry to break it to you.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, man. But it seems like we are going to get the teams to please ban one map. They do ban Anubis. Anubis is already banned, so they banned Dorado.
You didn't have to say that.
I will like to say things, okay? I want to give the viewers as much information as we get, you know?
Which is
See,
not
my-
much.
My producer just handed me a note. They said, Chase smells. Thank you very much. Very cool.
Refused. How could
take
you?
Take it up. Refused after the match, man. I'm sorry. I didn't say it.
I did nothing wrong.
Did you shower? Because I don't know what
Yeah,
your
of course
is.
I did.
Yeah, we always shower before these games.
Why wouldn't
Remember,
I do
kids.
that?
Remember, kids, shower, stay hydrated right before your Overwatch games. That's been a PSA from the Gamers Organization.
How dare you refused?
How dare
Which
he?
was-
But
You
let's take a
bent
moment.
my hygiene.
Let's take a moment to while we wait for the next map to talk about the Twitch MVP picks. Like we said
go for
in the bottom left, right under the screen is Twitch picks, and it's a poll. You choose who on there is all the players currently playing in the match right now, and you choose who you believe is your MVP. Right now, I'm leaning towards Organic. Chase, who are you going for?
I'm leaning towards Organic too. That was insane. Those plays were nutty.
Absolutely. If my second MVP had to go to anyone, I think it would be Sayonara. Their Zarya comp, or this Zarya just grab and energy throughout these games. Except for that one, we didn't see a lot from him. But before, they were running very well in that Zarya. So it might be Sayonara as well. But we'll just have to wait and see. And after this, I'll probably choose Organic, to be honest. But we'll see.
I think Organic is good. I think Momentum has been like really big. Harry Happa with the snipes on the Widow has been amazing as well. Just everyone from SkyeBurn is such a good individual player that it makes it very hard to decide, right?
Definitely, SkyeBurn has a lot of good players. MetaMorphic as well. We have Potion, who has been clutching with their heals. We have Marky Mark, who's been playing a very good Reinhardt. Gatos on that Brigitte. It's a tough choice, but at least, with Twitch picks, it's all up to you, the viewers. So go ahead and start going.
Yeah.
At the end of the match, we'll announce who's the MVP. And, maybe to get a little street cred on the streets, Be like, yeah, Twitch MVP of the match, I wish I could say that. I don't get any endorsements. I guess I'm toxic or something.
You only need to donate 5 more bits to vote again, by the way. That's
Definitely,
all
if
that
you
you need
wanna-
to do. Just 5 cents. Just like
five-
throw a nickel.
Yeah, for
and
like a
you can
little
get-
dime.
Yeah.
And if you do vote again, you don't have to vote for the same person as well. You can vote for someone else on the enemy team. You can vote for someone on the same team that you also believe is the MVP.
I don't know why you do that.
I mean, you know,
That's kind of a waste of money, right? Because you're trying to pull votes.
yeah, maybe you just want to
Why
vote
would
for
you tell
everyone.
them that?
Because maybe you want to vote for everyone and make everyone the same. You know,
Oh,
equality,
that's
man.
cute.
You don't want everyone to feel bad.
That's
getting
cute
the
as
MVP.
hell. You can actually do that. You can actually like balance the. You can Thanos balance the.
Just like balance the
votes.
universe right there and just make everyone, you know,
As
MVP of the
everything
match.
should perfectly.
You know,
balance.
you know how like in you know like kids soccer they'll always give a trophy to whatever team even though you win or lose. That's kind of what you can do here with those bits. So if you want to, you know, it's only 5 cents.
You can give everyone a participation trophy.
5 cents, a little bit of a participation trophy. Exactly. Yeah.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Perfect.
But it-
All right. Did we see what
Ooh.
the bans were?
Yep, they're gonna ban Mercy and they are gonna keep Lucio.
Oh, that's right. Okay, interesting. So no pharmacy. Looks like we're going back to the old goats here.
We're going back to the old goats,
road.
except that MetaMorphic
The
is
old
running
goats.
Sayonara onto that Tracer.
No, that's not happening. They just
Oh,
use that
maybe.
to scout.
Aw.
They use it to scout. No,
It's gonna be
they always
goats.
have that. They've done that for the past couple maps.
I hate that. I just want to actually see like maybe one person play DPS in this goats and just upset the entire team. But it seems like we are running goats again like we've been seeing before. Sayonara back on that Zarya like we were talking. And they're just gonna go straight to point. They're gonna go left side and just kind of turn around all the way to point, keeping your shield up. Vroom, vroom, there comes a car. As fast as, you know, MetaMorphic just went to that point as that car. And now we just have this here. They're on point and they're ready to fight.
No.
Marky Mark gets pinned. He gets stuck. Well, not pinned, but he does get hit by the Vegeta from Organic. And they do get a tick on there. They went very fast. As the car in your background, Chase, they got a tick on that point. It was like, vroom, vroom. We're already on point.
Yeah,
we already took a
seriously.
tick. And now they need to get a pick here and take that to the
Oh,
full
no.
throttle. They need a full throttle this. They need to hit the NOS, and they have to get on there. And you have JD, who got half a tick there. They go for the hammer down, coming from Bowie. Doesn't find a lot of value. Gets blocked off. Organic by himself, but here comes Russian Cows to be a hero. Potion also pops off their Transcendence. And now you just have both of this here. You lose both Transcendence from both teams. Now it's just an amount of damage. And here comes the hammer down. Absolutely huge. Might get forward out of mech. It does get forward out of mech. And now you have the B-drop coming in from both sides. Both sides are just using each ult as they have it. Harry has their Graviton. They're going to toss it into the ring. They're waiting for it, but they go down almost immediately. And this is where MetaMorphic is showing their, you know, they're flexing their muscles. They're doing a lot of damage, being aggressive, and they're going to take that point.
Yep. Only took them a pretty long fight, but it took them just one fight at least, and that's pretty good for them. Unfortunately, they used a little too much, I think. They used the grav, and now Harry Habba has the grav, and you don't have the trance because you use the trance like the first thing in the fight. So Potion needs to get this trance as soon as possible, or Harry Habba can just stop them in his tracks. And it looks like Potion can't even get to all charge because Russian Guys has a number.
Definitely. And now you have Harry, who's just as this Graviton. This is really a big play winner.
This is terrible.
And what we were seeing before from...
Oh, no.
Oh, that has to hurt for Marky Mark. They're pushing into their spawn now, coming from SkyeBurn's side. We've seen this before. We've seen teams that got super aggressive, pushed into the spawn, and now what are they doing here? What are
This
they
is
gonna
a
do?
crazy hold. This door hold is so difficult to try
It's
to get
a
out.
lot. And I've been saying, what are they gonna do here? Because it's just so surprising what teams pull out. Like that hammer down that just came in from Bowie, absolutely huge. And it looks like SkyeBurn's gonna push. Oh, that's a very clutch pin coming in from Bowie, getting Noctis right at the door. Or they are gonna be super aggressive here at the moment. They really want to stall for time and not let him out of the spawn. Meanwhile, on MetaMorphic's side, they have Zenyatta ult. They have, you know, they have Transcendence. They have JD with the Diva Bomb here, and you just have to wait and see who can use that first. They both have Diva Bombs on both sides. Not beat drop forever, but they still have Transcendence. And it looks like the ult bank is in the favor of SkyeBurn, who used the Graviton, but meanwhile, JD uses the bomb. Bombs coming from both sides. And Ford has the bigger one, finds two on the Sayonara and Noctis. Harry fully charged, takes down Marky Mark. Ford gets JD and sends him straight back to spawn. This is crazy coming in from SkyeBurn. This is so much
This
aggression.
is dominant. This is already, it's going back all the way back to the spawn.
Dude,
the
this
payload
is
here.
insane!
Yeah, this is a
absolutely
really crazy hold from SkyeBurn hold. And this is a dangerous hold too because, I mean, it's a safe hold for SkyeBurn. It's dangerous for MetaMorphic because they have to waste so many resources just to get out of spawn.
Yeah, you're using ults just to move out of your spawn. Come on, that's a bit of bullying. Organic does get hammered down, but the hammer down comes down back from Bowie. Sayonara pops off the Graviton. What are you gonna do here, gentlemen? It looks like they're done being bullied into their spawn. It looks like they're gonna go out there. MetaMorphic's like, hey man, we're just gonna walk out now. Is that cool? And SkyeBurn's like, huh, all right, yeah, sure, why not? So they're just pushing out of their spawn now.
They have to move the payload all the way back. Yeah.
They've lost a lot of time. That's really good coming from SkyeBurn, who just stalled out so long, bullying them into their point, that they lost like 2 minutes off their timer.
They did. They lost 2.5 minutes, and they, this is a potential if they continue and they try to meet up with them now. This has a potential for being a 2-fight scenario, and it looks like it will. They'll back off. MetaMorphic are going to back off, and SkyeBurn are going to hold this point. MetaMorphic have some ultimates to use, though. I'm suspecting we're going to see the Shatter Bomb.
Here comes the Shatter coming from Marky Mark. Here comes the B-Drop coming from Momentum. 2 B-Drops, Noctis, and both Momentum pop it. Both Diva Bombs. And Ford once again finds the bigger bomb over JD. He finds the pick, and he's going in with the rest of his team to clean it up. I'm getting so confused here. I don't know if you can notice it. Everyone's popping their ults at the same time. It's so hard to call out which is which. I'm just all like, oh, there goes Momentum, but now Noctis, and then the bombs came out at the same time. It's just so much happening, but that's what we love. Chaos derives for SkyeBurn. They love being aggressive, and they love being chaotic, and that's what they're doing here. They're confusing them as well. They don't know what they want to do.
And MetaMorphic have used so many ults in their last fight, they kind of wasted them out. They just have the rally coming in from Gatos, and I don't know if this is going to prevent them from winning because...
Hammer down, coming in, Shatter. Finds 2, going for the pin. He almost gets pinned into the left side room. It looks like Bowie might go down, but he did find the pin onto Potion. But oh my god, they steal for Bowie so well that Noctis has to reset himself just because he saw that. Absolutely crazy. It's just
get the stagger off, and that is huge for SkyeBurn. The payload is going back. It's going back to the door. I'm having flashbacks.
This is terrible. And this is so heartbreaking to see coming from from their side, from MetaMorphic. MetaMorphic's side. Yeah, I had a little bit of a tongue twister, but yeah, this is heartbreaking for them because they were playing so dominant onto that point, but now they're just being bullied. MetaMorphic, you really need to pull something out here. You need to pull out your trap guard or something. You just need to come out of spawn. It's heartbreaking to see from them.
Oh, JD goes down as well.
That is a very good stun.
Oh no, this is terrible. There's only 10 seconds left. They just have the grab and a trance here.
That's all they
have. Are they
have.
gonna be able to touch? Oh, they have Noctis touching. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Noctis is in the back touching right now. They do have the Graviton coming out. The Transcendence comes in from Russian. Here comes the bomb. Marky Mark did find a pick. They can bring this into the end game, however. If they find Bowie, who hammers down the rest of the team back there, and they lose Marky Mark, that's absolutely huge coming for SkyeBurn. But Sayonara is a charged monster, as bright as an LED, going in and finding 3 times the picks. That is huge for them. And it looks like MetaMorphic, they found their foothold once again, and they're pushing that payload.
Yeah, although it's already back to where it was in the bombardment, so they're going to have to win another fight, and this is so grueling for MetaMorphic. As soon as you think they have the advantage, there's just another fight. They haven't even gotten to the second point yet, and SkyeBurn aren't going to be able to contest. They have a rally, they have a beat as well, and this is looking terrible for them. All they have is a bomb. That bomb is going to come out.
Bomb straight out of the air, goes off, gets no value whatsoever, but
they got to touch.
Momentum uses the beat drop, so now it's gone. Russian Cows has the Transcendence, the only one on both sides at the moment. 80%.
Gotta stay on the point.
Onto Potion. You have to fight this on the payload, gentlemen. Here comes the Transcendence coming in from Russian Cows. Transcendence coming in from Potion. Diva Bomb coming in from Ford. Finds 2. Absolutely huge for SkyeBurn. Potion falls off the maps and resets, and JD can't touch the point. Absolutely huge plays coming from SkyeBurn, from Ford, and from Bowie.
Yeah, great plays coming from SkyeBurn eSports. They really come to full charge in these last couple of maps here, and that was a dominant defense coming from them. Every fight that you thought that MetaMorphic would win, and it was just the payload was already sent so far back that it didn't even matter that you won that fight. And they're just playing around this payload so well, playing the objective. And I think this is a shoo-in win, unless they're full held. I would love to see a bunker come out from MetaMorphic. I want to see something crazy. Don't play the GOAT's composition. You need to full hold their composition. And I think SkyeBurn have the matchup win when it comes to GOATs. So you need to outplay them in another aspect here. We'll be seeing what they can pull out. It looks like it's going to be GOATs. And I don't think this was completely surprising, but I'm also a little worried for MetaMorphic
I'm
here.
not.
This might be their last map of this tournament.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed that they're kind of staying in the same comp. But we've seen such an even goats here that it seems that the last map, the map that really matters, is MetaMorphic is kind of, doing a New York Excelsior. They're choking. They're choking here very hard. Someone please get them, the Heimlich maneuver, because they really need to just find something here. They were doing so well when they got to that point. They had the speed boost, they had the speed, they had the momentum, and they had the aggression. But now they lost it. They got pushed in their spawn, and there's not much they can do here. They really need to swap it up on the GOATS comp, or they need to play more aggressive. That's their only options. And if they don't do any of that, well, the round's just going to go straight through SkyeBurn. So you really need to do something here.
MetaMorphic need to be dominant on this defense here. They really can't take too much damage with the shield. Shield already taking a bunch of damage here.
Very interesting coming from SkyeBurn, pushing to the right side now, not going full left like, their previous team. And it seems like this might work out well.
Organic down.
Oh, he goes down. JD does take him. Marky Mark's also down. You lose 2 for your GOATS comp. You might be able to pick this up if you take down another one of, the SkyeBurn's team, and you might be able to push that in there.
Yep. Marky Mark gonna come back with a charge here. Noctis gonna speed boost him back. Gonna try and hope for some attempt here, yeah. Looks like both teams are back. 6v6 yet again. Russian cows. Both teams have the Zen Transcendence here. And JD already taking out a mech. No!
Russian cows pops off their Transcendence. It might be huge, just like the country. There it goes with the bomb. Or not the bomb, but the shatter there. And the bomb is from Ford, who has it now. He just got it at the moment, and now there's kind of loading up here. They just took down the entirety of MetaMorphic. SkyeBurn showing that aggression once again with that huge shatter coming in from Bowie. And Russian Cow's huge Transcendence. So now, it's up to MetaMorphic.
The good thing is MetaMorphic have the short spawn, so they might be able to hold this castle area here. As long as they're able to hold here, I think they have a really good chance of winning this map out. Still, this will be their last chance to really go for it. Those bombardment areas towards the end of the point here aren't very suitable for the defense, and I think this will be their last chance. Marky Mark already being taken out of half.
Hammer down comes in from Marky Mark. Might be a huge bomb combo. But it's not there. The Graviton is, however, there right now coming in from Sayonara, who has some charge. Another bomb coming right out from JD. Finds 2 on the Bowie and Harry. And is this what... Are they MetaMorphic about to pull what SkyeBurn just did to them? Are they going to bully them back into spawn and shave some time off their time?
I don't know, because they used 5 ultimates in that engagement, and I don't feel like they should have. I think Sayonara's Grav was a little out of position. The Reinhardt on the opposing side, Marky Mark was stunned up, so this might be good for SkyeBurn considering how much ultimates they ended up using. And Harry Appa basically has a free grab as long as they're able to pin someone out. There goes the grab.
Ooh, here comes the Graviton. Here comes the Transcendence to hold this team
through.
coming in from Potion. You have JD, who does get Bowie here.
Ooh.
They're playing. This is exactly what we wanted to see from MetaMorphic. We wanted to see this aggressive play style, holding them in the spawn. And the only difference is they're not playing like SkyeBurn Warrior. They're not going super down into their spawn. They're just holding out this door, and that is huge for them. They have that coverage. They have that close quarters.
Now it's up to Bowie to try and shatter this to win the map for this bombardment area here. Got to make sure that you.
Ooh, hammer down comes from Bowie. They get the Graviton out as well. Marky, cleans it up.
Nice
Beautiful.
shot.
Absolutely huge coming from Marky Mark.
Beautiful grab coming from Sayonara as well in securing that fight win. They're being aggressive when it comes to things, and most importantly, they're being decisive. Now they have 4 ults stockpiled, and this is looking incredibly good for MetaMorphic. This is the position that can win you this map, and there was such a huge discrepancy in terms of time here.
Yeah, definitely what we're seeing is a lot of life coming from MetaMorphic. And coming from the chat is MetaMorphic, because they are playing some really thick gameplay right here. And I like that little play on words for their name.
Shatter, where's the shatter?
Come on, bring that shatter out. That can be huge. That's where it is, and it is huge. It finds 2 in the back. Bowie's going for that aggressive playstyle. Does take down Marky Mark. The beat drop coming up a bit too late from Noctis. You do have the Potion's Transcendence, but he's not going to be able to use it. His team's gone. He's all the way back in spawn. There's not much he can do there. He has to get reset and go again. And that's exactly what happens.
No.
And now, as soon as we say they have some life in them, they're thick, they're starting to go a little bit slim, and they're going down quickly. They do have time, though, however. This isn't over. This isn't completely done for MetaMorphic. They can go out here and stall on this last
They
point.
need to
Probably
win one fight.
They need to win one fight. 2 minutes and 11 seconds onto this timer. They just need to win one fight to hold them up. And it looks like they're going above the high ground.
Above.
This is giving them a lot of space, however, on SkyeBurn's side. SkyeBurn can push the payload a bit more. They drop right on top of him, playing behind the payload, going for whatever pick they can. They might be able to take Organic out of this fight, but he's getting kept up pretty well by the rest of his supports. Here comes the bomb. Here comes that. Bombs from both sides. Transcendence coming from once. Ford does find the pick on the Noctis. The hammer down is huge coming from Bowie. The Shatter finds two. He goes off the map. He finds two and takes him down with him. Absolutely huge coming from Bowie, who just found a 3-man with that Shatter and went down and took JD with him. And it looks like MetaMorphic's not going to be able to stall, and this match is going to go to SkyeBurn.
Wow, incredible turnaround from SkyeBurn. Solid defense and a great offense coming from this team. Congratulations on making it to the losers bracket round 4. I gotta admit, I never thought this match would be this close, but it was incredibly close. Solid play of the game for Organic here, just using the utter best mechanics that you possibly can with that Brigitte. Left click, left click, right click, left click.
But that is absolutely huge coming from them. Absolute crazy mechanics. And you know what? That was beautiful by both teams. Absolutely huge. The beat drops, the transcendence, the diva bombs, the everything. They were huge coming from both sides. But at the end, SkyeBurn showed their dominance from Bowie with that great Shatter. Took down 3 of them, and he even took one of them off the map with him. He committed to that fully. And that's what we love to see here. And remember, like we were talking before, and before we bring in our player to come and interview, let's vote for our MVPs of the match. Definitely we'll be calling them out soon as the match is almost over. Well, the match is over, so I'm going to place my vote, and we'll see who's the MVP of the match.
In a little bit.
Yeah, in a little bit. Not right now.
Don't spoil it.
No spoil. No spoil.
Looks like we're going to be getting an interview with Bowie from SkyeBurn. It was a solid series. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, hey, yeah, no problem. It was really fun.
It was. You guys seemed super dominant on the first map, and then the second and third just slid away from you guys, but you guys managed to take it out. Take out the trash in maps 4 and 5. Those handed victories there. How are you feeling coming out of that series?
It was pretty good. I feel really good right now. The draw kind of set us back. We weren't sure how we were playing. We had to focus different targets at one point. So then we started calling stacking. We started wanting to play more together rather than split, and it ended up getting us the win.
Definitely.
Yeah, it certainly seemed like it. Now, your Reinhardt, holy moly. I can't even describe that first map on Lijiang, just how much all charge you were actually accruing as opposed to Metamorphic's right. And that was just like, what? That was not supposed to be a thing, right?
Yeah, the way we build our alts is we really want to play around me. So when I came to the team, I was an very aggressive Reinhardt. So the team didn't realize it, but that's how they would play. They would play around me in the future. So then as soon as they saw for my trial that I was building shatters as quick as I can, they started wanting to play around me. And when we go in, I can build up to 2 shatters per fight. That's how it seems.
It is. It is. And Marky Mark had nothing on you, especially in that first map. You were playing so aggressive. Your swings were getting like 20% a swing, and it certainly seems like they were playing around your shatter. You would initiate with the shatter because you'd get it in like 5 seconds, and then the grav would come through, and that would farm your shatter again, and then you'd shatter again, and it was just like, that was incredible. Noonie, do you have a question?
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like you were a big playmaker at the end of that round? Icon Wall?
On the end of the round, I think I did a little more than I'm used to when it comes to that last fight when I had shattered. and then ended up, it's just team synergy really. Because when I shatter, I scream it, I target call, and my team just ends up killing them all, or at least try to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. My team calls me their bumper. So.
Oh, you're just like Bumper Junior, huh? Definitely.
Yeah, little Bumper.
We were.
That's why you got the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. What we were seeing from you was just like after that shatter, you committed fully into it. You went in and tried to pin one of their teammates or on MetaMorphic's side off the map, and you just kind of died.
Yeah.
It was a big commitment coming from you, but it was absolutely huge because you booped off like 3 of their players with that pin and took down, I think it was JD on their side.
You killed Ford.
Yeah,
their diva player who just died instantly.
Yeah, my idea when I shatter is I take it personal. So when I shatter, I want to do the work.
You're like, listen,
I want to do as much as possible.
I would say it wasn't personal, but it really is. That was actually huge coming from Bowie. That was really huge coming from you.
Yeah,
I guess the next question is going to be, what was up with those picks and bans in the first couple maps? It seems like you guys had a truce, like both of you teams had a truce, and only playing the GOATs composition, you guys would save Lucio and the Mercy would be banned. Do you think that was something that they specifically wanted to play GOATs, or what do you think?
I think they didn't want to play against our DPS. That's the reason.
I think you're exactly right. Yeah.
Definitely, because when you guys pulled out your DPS, it was just absolutely insane.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean,
it was crazy.
I try and make as much space for my DPS as possible. I go for boops on Hammond and everything. If I if I say I boop someone out of shield, my team will be on it in just a second.
What was going through your guys' minds when Organic was just popping off at that one push, getting like 5 picks by himself? What was going on?
We were just all shocked. We were just basically everyone was just saying, "Oh my god!"
It really just like kind of just like a Chad moment coming from Organic. And just, like, blend up there, and you guys were just like, "Okay, just all right."
He really
Flip it, Mom. Mom, get the camera.
Definitely insane coming from them.
He's quiet the whole time he does it too. He's focused hard, and then he just goes, "Oh my god, I popped off."
Yeah.
That is just...
Man, I'm so happy that we got to cast this series. I'm just kind of in shock myself that it went that far and that it did so well.
Yeah, you'll see us in the finals.
Yeah, you're that confident, huh? Well, what we've seen from you, I kind of do believe it that we can see him in a final.
Yeah.
So, keep that confidence in you.
Yeah, you really definitely need confidence. You guys will be taking on the winner or the loser of. You guys will be taking on the winner of Honey Badgers and Nevermore. And Nevermore were a team that had almost made Open Division playoffs. The teams actually in the semifinals that will be aired on the 28th they were 2 teams that were in the Open Division playoffs. So you guys are up against some really big competition here. But I mean, with that level of play from the past 2 maps, with that amazing defense on Eichenwald, I think you guys have a shot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they definitely do.
Yeah, we just gonna put more work in. That's it.
You're gonna try hard.
More work, and you'll see more big shatters, more aggression.
That's what I love to hear from the teams, honestly. I just love to hear that you're going to put in that work and just going to try.
That was so fun to watch that first map. I went crazy when you immediately stacked like 60% ult charge. We're like, okay, that was a fight win, and Bowie has 80%, and Mark has 20. It's over. It's actually over. The game is over.
Hammer down.
Yeah, sometimes when they boot me in with the Lucio, it actually works at their disadvantage, because I don't shield. I keep swinging.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in shielding if I'm in the middle of their team.
Yeah, it's one of those like, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I love that scene from
and
Watchmen.
Yeah, basically, if they ever block my shatter, I don't care. I'll just get another one.
Mm-hmm. You block my shatter? All right, I'll just build another one. Doesn't even matter. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
BRB.
BRB
mining diamonds. Yeah.
I swear. But do you have any more questions, Chase, or do you think you're good?
I think we're good. I think this was a fantastic series, and yeah, good luck to you guys coming to the next round. The next match that is going to be casted is on the 25th at 9 p.m. That's tomorrow at 9. We'll see you then.
And as we were talking about, Organic's play with Bowie here, our Twitch MVP of the match is Organic with 17 votes leading it. So congratulations to Organic, who's the MVP of the match. Absolutely huge. I think that's deserved, honestly.
Yeah, that Hanzo on Junkertown was actually insane. Like, that was game winning. That initial attack was like so dominant coming from you guys, and they just couldn't do anything about your comp. They couldn't do anything about your Hanzo and the Widow. They couldn't control you guys, and you guys had free reign over the high ground. Were able to take those snipes out, and yeah, good luck coming into the next stages. I'm so excited to see you guys play more.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited as well.
So that'll be the end of it. Noni, you want to take us away?
I think you do. I think, you deserve it, because you've done so well. You kept pulling me whenever I took it away. So you go ahead. Lead it on.
I have the last word again. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching another match from the Watchers Brawl. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. EDT, 6 p.m. Pacific, and yeah, stay safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.